I mean, Ray, you are the only cast member to be in Home and Away since the very first episode, and you only signed up for a couple of months.
Yeah, well, I thought there'd be a good 3 months' work in it, Claudia. I was right about the 3. Except there was 3-0 and years, not days or months. So, yeah.
So what happened? Why did you stay on? How did you come to stay on?
I guess I had about an 18-year career prior to Home and Away, and I was lucky enough to work on a lot of films and miniseries and guest roles in 1 hour a week drama and stage and stuff. And Home and Away was shot in the same city that I lived in. And I guess going home to your own bed each night and going to work the next morning in the same city was pretty seductive over that first 3-month period. So I thought, this is okay, I'll have a bit more of this.
And it's not just the first episode, you was also involved in the pilot as well. So when you was involved in the pilot, when you signed up, did you think you were on to a winner here? Did you think Home and Away would be so successful?
No, look, I had a gap in my schedule where I was able to do the pilot and thought, oh yeah, pilots crash and burn, they never get off the ground, so this will never happen, but it's a couple of weeks' work in the meantime. And then when they said it was going to series, a few of the older actors who are a little more cynical sort of thought the 3 months thing, you know, well, this will be good, we might get 3 months out of this with a bit of luck.
And they would have been wrong, and they were
exactly.
wrong.
Even those actors at that time, Judy Nunn was one who stayed for about 15 years, and Norman Coburn stayed for 20, the Fisher character. So yeah, that was good.
And is this the end of Alf?
Well, he's not very bright, is he? What happened? There he is with a lump of concrete on his chest and covered in muck. Something pretty serious has happened. But look, I don't know if he'll get out of this. He's obviously alive there. He has had a dicky ticker for a number of years. To the uninitiated,
Come on,
that's
Ray,
a bad heart.
know, just whisper it down my mic. What happens? Could this be the end of Alf? This would be an end of an era, if so.
It could easily. So look, we'll see how we go. One way or another, whether he actually dies or not, he's pretty convinced he's going to die, and he tells Rue a secret that'll be the genesis of a whole pile of story coming up. Whether he's there to enjoy that story or not's another thing. But yeah, there's some pretty heavy stuff coming up as a result of this.
So with playing Alf for so long, I don't know, do the lines get blurred? Where does Ray begin and Alf start? Do you say Flaming Galah every other sentence?
Have you been counting this morning?
In the makeup room, I didn't want to say anything.
No, look, you know, you look at me and you see Alf, so we're physically the same. There's probably somewhere between 80 and 90% of me in Alf. The other 10 or 20%, whatever it is, are the flaming glass, the flaming mongrels, all of that sort of stuff, and the short fuse probably. Alf's got a pretty short fuse. He's pretty quick to abuse people, but if he apologises, he's not like the English. If he says sorry, it's very quick, and then he moves on.
That's like me with my husband.
Oh, good.
Martin, you got a question?
I have, Ray. So I'm going to hold you accountable for the Australian cricket scandal, the ball tampering scandal. What's going on, mate? And what do you think about all this?
Well, I told them how to do it, but they blew it. I tell you, the 11th commandment, thou shalt not get caught. You know, I mean, there you go. Oh, look, I think it's pretty poor form. I think cheating at that level, I'm not suggesting for a minute that it hasn't been going on for years, but, you know, the kindest thing you can say about the Australian cricketers that were involved in this is it's plain dumb. To think they could get away with that with cameras from all angles and everywhere is just crazy. And the very fact that they did it, you know, I mean, it's just against the spirit of the game.
You're going to ban these players, ban Australia from all tournaments? What's going to happen? What's the consequence?
I've got no idea what Cricket Australia will do, but for me, I think the very least that should happen is they should be banned for the next test series against whatever country that is, and I'm not sure when that is or who it's against, and all forms of the game between now and then, whenever that is. Maybe a year's ban from all forms of cricket is a fair thing. There's got to be something pretty severe to send a message to all those people who've been doing it for years and haven't been caught, and these guys have been caught, so, you know, they deserve a fairly severe rap over the knuckles.